Hi, it's Orit, and today we're talking about how to tell your partner that you're upset without it turning into a massive fight. So the key here is to be assertive and not aggressive. Assertive is, I'm really mad that you went out of the house for 4 hours without telling me where you were going, what you were doing, and not responding at all to my text messages while you were out. That is really not okay with me, and I really can't handle that. I am not okay with that. And then having a conversation about that. Aggressive is like, where did you go and what did you do? And I am so mad at you, and yelling and cursing and screaming. And yeah, we've all been there. So they're both expressing anger, but the assertive one is in control and the aggressive one is out of control. Your body's out of control, your voice, your words, your nervous system is actually in control and reacting in this fight response. But when you get to be assertive, you get to choose the words you say. You get to choose when to stop saying words. You get to choose how loud you want to be or how you stand. Like, you're in control there. And that feels really empowering. Whereas losing your shit is actually really, it's hard. You end up with regret. You end up feeling bad about the things that you said. And it's really exhausting too, to have your nervous system go into this protective mode. So let's also just acknowledge that even when you're assertive, your partner could get really aggressive in response too. But you always have the choice when you're assertive. You have the choice to walk away. You have the choice to continue being assertive and not let it escalate too. Not to put it all on you, but when you model that, it really impacts and influences your relationship to start transforming in that way too. So how do you know the difference? How can you start getting your body in control when you're upset and not blowing up? So you can't you can't role play really and practice what you're going to say, because the moment you're in that place of being upset, your nervous system is going to react if that's what you do. If there's still trauma stuck in your body and there's that trigger of you getting hurt or betraying your trust, your nervous system is going to respond. As much as you tell yourself, don't freak out, don't flip out, don't yell, it doesn't matter, because in the moment, you're wired to survive. And if that's what your nervous system is telling you to do, like, we need to fight off this predator, then there's no stopping that. So right now, let's do a little bit of an experiment. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes and imagine yourself being really assertive and direct and in control of your response. Still expressing anger, but how does that look like for you? How are you standing? What are your movements? Just imagine that for a moment. And take note of that. So maybe you're standing really tall. Maybe your movements are more direct, right? See yourself in this way and take note of that. And now change the screen. Now you're in this aggressive mode. You're really angry, aggressive, yelling, screaming. How do you look now? What's your body doing now? What are your movements doing now? So when I do this for myself, I picture myself like my arms flailing everywhere in all different kinds of directions, and like more slouched over, more already feeling this shame is what I know in my body. It's very different. They are two very different poses and movements. And this is how you can actually practice. This is so much more valuable and powerful than saying words, than practicing words. So I encourage you to do that, to really get into that. This was just kind of a sped up experience, but really, really imagine yourself doing that and note the differences. And if you want some extra support, I'm happy to meet with you for a free relationship review. And we'll really do this together where we'll talk about what you're doing now, how you're responding now, how it's being held in your body, and the steps that you need to take to really release that so that you can approach conflicts and still say that you're upset, but it doesn't turn into this huge, massive, heated blowout. And it doesn't end up in tears and crying and regret every single time. So if you want to meet, the review is free. It's obligation free. There's no catch. We'll just have a chat and you'll leave us some serious value from me. So click on the link above, below, or to the side if that's something that you want to do. And I cannot wait to see you move. Bye.